Hey there, Knicks family. Before we dive into the devastating news that just hit the wires and is sending shockwaves through Madison Square Garden, I want to hear from you. Please drop your name and the city you're watching from in the comments right now. We love seeing the global reach of the Knicks kingdom. And if you bleed blue and orange and believe this team can still overcome any obstacle, smash that like button right now. Let's show the world the strength of this fan base. Now, let's get into it, because the news we've been dreading has finally been confirmed. The New York Knicks have been one of the most unpredictable, gritty, and exciting teams in the Eastern Conference this season. Every time we thought they had it all figured out, another hurdle appeared. But this is a massive airball that no one saw coming at such a critical moment. According to the latest reports from Stefan Bondi of the New York Post, the worst-case scenario has become reality. Miles McBride is expected to miss the remainder of the regular season. This isn't just a minor setback, folks. This is a structural blow to the Knicks' foundation. The team has been tight-lipped, not announcing a formal return timeline even as Deuce travels with the squad. But the update confirms the nightmare we feared since his surgery was announced in early February. We're talking about a core muscle injury, a sports hernia, that required surgical intervention. Just when he was playing the best basketball of his life, the floor has been pulled out from under him and the team. Imagine the frustration of having your career year cut short right before the lights get the brightest. To understand why this injury is a catastrophe for New York, you have to look past just the box score, although even the stats are staggering. Before going down, Miles McBride wasn't just filling in, he was dominating his role. We're talking about a career-high 12.9 points per game, nearly 3 assists, and a defensive tenacity that made him a nightmare for opposing stars. But the real kicker? His shooting. McBride was lighting it up from downtown, hitting 42% of his threes on almost 7 attempts a night. That's elite, high-volume floor spacing that keeps defenses from collapsing on Jalen Brunson. Madison Square Garden didn't just like him, they embraced him as one of their own. He was the energy, the spark, the deuce that ignited the crowd whenever the starters needed a breather. He had become arguably the most reliable two-way guard coming off any bench in the entire Eastern Conference. He wasn't just a stats guy, he was the guy Coach Mike Brown trusted to guard the opponent's best perimeter player. When Brunson sits, the offense usually stutters, but McBride was the engine that kept the machine humming. Now that engine has been removed with only weeks left in the regular season. The Knicks are currently sitting in the 3rd seed, fighting tooth and nail to maintain home court advantage, and losing this kind of two-way production is like trying to win a marathon with a broken ankle. The chemistry he built with the second unit was a major reason why the Knicks looked like a legitimate threat to the Celtics and Bucks. Without him, the bench loses its identity and its most lethal weapon. So, where do we go from here? The Knicks aren't just going to fold, but the path forward is incredibly steep. Coach Mike Brown is now forced to play a high-stakes game of musical chairs. The spotlight now shifts heavily onto Jose Alvarado, who was acquired from the Pelicans right around the time this injury news first started brewing. Talk about perfect timing for a trade. But is Alvarado enough? Don't get me wrong, Jose brings that Grand Theft Alvarado energy and relentless on-ball pressure that we love, but he is a completely different animal than McBride. While McBride was a scoring threat and a knockdown shooter, Alvarado is more of a disruptor and a playmaker. He doesn't provide that same gravity on the perimeter that opens up the lane. This means the Knicks' spacing is about to get a lot tighter. We're also going to see more of Tyler Kolek and the veteran Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson has the scoring punch, but can he provide the defensive lockdown that McBride offered? That's the million-dollar question. The Knicks have been managing without Deuce for a few games now, but let's be honest, it hasn't been smooth. It's been clunky. The final weeks of this season are going to be a gauntlet, and without that reliable backup for Brunson, the pressure on our star point guard is going to reach levels we haven't seen before. Every minute Brunson off the floor now feels like a ticking bomb. Can this makeshift backcourt hold the line, or will the Knicks slide down the standings just as the playoffs begin? The margin for error has officially vanished. There is a tiny silver lining, a small glimmer of hope in this dark cloud. The playoffs don't officially kick off until mid-April.
That gives Miles McBride roughly 6 to 8 weeks to recover, rehab, and try to find some semblance of game shape. If, and it's a massive if, his recovery goes perfectly, there is a realistic path for him to be available when it matters most. But even then, what version of Miles McBride would we be getting? A player coming off core surgery doesn't usually jump back into playoff intensity basketball and start hitting 42% of his threes immediately. The concern is that even if he returns, the rhythm and chemistry that made the Knicks so dangerous might be gone. Meanwhile, the rest of the East is smelling blood in the water. Teams like the Cavs and the Magic are breathing down New York's neck for that third seed. Losing home court advantage because of a lack of bench depth would be a disaster. The front office made moves to bolster the squad, but nobody could have predicted losing a player as vital as Deuce. It's a test of character for this locker room. We need to see Jalen Brunson take another leap, and we need the supporting cast to play above their heads. The Madison Square Garden faithful are going to have to be louder than ever to carry this team through the finish line of the regular season. This is where legends are made, or where promising seasons go to die. The Knicks have the heart, but do they have the health? As we wrap up this urgent update, the question remains, can the New York Knicks survive this blow and still make a deep run? The loss of Miles McBride is a gut punch, no doubt about it. He was the unsung hero, the defensive stopper, and the sharpshooter all in one. Now, the weight of the city falls on the shoulders of the remaining rotation. We want to know what you think. Is Jose Alvarado the right man to step up, or should the Knicks look for even more help in the buyout market if possible? Do you think Deuce can actually make a comeback in time for the first round? Please head down to the comments and let us know your thoughts. We read every single one of them. And before you go, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are your #1 source for all things Knicks, and we will be tracking McBride's recovery every step of the way. We'll be here with the breaking news, the tactical breakdowns, and the passion that only Knicks fans understand. Don't forget to like the video to help us reach more fans across the world. It's going to be a bumpy ride to the postseason, but we're in this together. Stay tuned for the next update, and as always, let's go Knicks. We'll see you in the next one.